Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Sannati.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Can you see my screen, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I can see now.
Okay. Let's begin. Requesting everyone to be on mute. Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji, welcome you all. The Srimad Bhagavatam session. So today, as we are taking a series, so today we'll be discussing the first canto, chapter 2, part 2. So we have had 3 sessions. First we had the first canto part 1, then we had the part 2, first canto, first chapter we had in 2 parts, and now we are the okay. So the second chapter of first canto will be discussing today. That is the second part of it. Text number 18 to 34. Totally 34 verses. So we have discussed till 17 earlier. And this week, today we'll be discussing the contents of sloka number 18 to 34. So let's begin. Before that, let's take the blessings of the Lord. This is Raghunath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Panchat Bhavan Gaur Nithai ki jai, Vamdev Bhavan ki jai, Prashna Bhagavan ki jai, Padit Vanshla Prabhupada ki jai, Param Puja Shri Jagata Krishna Maharaj ki jai. So today we'll be discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2. So before beginning, let's do a small kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari, Yashodanandana Prajajanarandana, Yashodanandana Prajajanarandana, Yamnatira Yamnatira Jaya Ram Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Prajajanarandana, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari, Yashodanandana Prajajanarandana, Yamunatira. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadramai, Jaya Sudarshan, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Prahlad Simha, Jaya Prahlad Simha, Prahlad Simha, Jaya Prahlad Simha, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev. Shri Radha Madhava सखिवृंद की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन की जय, प्रहलाद सिंह भगवान की जय, पंडित भगवान गौर निताय की जय, श्री गोस्वामी गुरु परंपरा की जय, वंदे तुलसी महारानी की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गुरु वृंद की जय. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji, is the voice better now? Can you all hear me? Someone please confirm.
No, Prabhuji, still it is very, very low.
Very low.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Let me try.
It's better.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभुजी. अच्छा है प्रभुजी आवाज.
अच्छा है.
हाँ, अच्छा कीर्तन है. सुनाई दिया प्रभुजी.
हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. You are able to hear the entire mantra, Prabhu Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, your voice is very low, Prabhuji. I'm not able to hear you properly.
माता जी शायद आपको में होगा माता जी. आवाज तो इधर आ रहा है ना माता जी.
Okay, I'll try.
Prabhu, can you hear me?
Before it was not clear, Prabhuji, but now it's very clear.
Now
Yeah,
it's
it
clear.
is better, Prabhu. Little closer to the mic will be better.
Now is it better? Hare Krishna.
Yes, it is clear now.
Okay. Maybe the kirtan time because of Mridanga. Okay. So let's begin. Manshla Prabhupada ki jai, Iskon Guru Vrinda ki jai, Upasit Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Vanchakal Putarkasha Kapasan Krishna, Patan Pavni Vaishnavi Namo Namaha. Let's begin. So before that, let's say a prayer. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So let's begin. So today we'll be discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text verses 18 to 34. So 1 to 17 was already discussed previously. So we'll discuss 18 to 34. We'll just go through the contents of these verses. So we begin with the first verse. Let's recite this. Please repeat after me. How do I? Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hope all of you are repeating while on mute. Okay. Let me request Bala Raghu. Could you read the translation, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare.
By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Such a very important shloka. We often hear this. As prayers. The prayer to Srimad Bhagavatam before reciting slokas or after reciting slokas. We just pray. We just recite certain verses. So in that, this is one of the verses. It's a very important verse. This it gives the importance. So Manshla Prabhupada ki jai. This translation is by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So we seek his blessings to understand this. So in that he says this translation and purport, he says the attendance. So in this Bhagavata, so this Bhagavata can be of two forms. We'll be seeing in the next picture. In that, when we attend, we attentively hear. So when we hear the Srimad Bhagavatam classes and by rendering of service to the pure devotee. The two things. One is hearing and one is service to the pure devotee. Two things we'll see in the next picture and we try to understand that. All that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. So there may be a lot of calamities, there will be a lot of miseries, there will be a lot of troubles, a lot of tensions, a lot of things going on within us. All that can be destroyed. We can be free from all that if we regularly attend Srimad Bhagavatam classes and we continue to render service to pure devotees. So we are supposed to serve the Lord and his devotees, Lord Krishna, Vishnu, and his devotees, Vaishnavas. We continuously serve them, and by that we continue to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam. With then all that is troubling us, so that will completely be destroyed, and loving service to the personality of Godhead is established. So if you have to serve the Lord, if you have to attain the stage of serving the Lord and becoming a devotee, actually, we may say, okay, we are devotees, but we are yet to become devotees. We are becoming devotees. We are neophyte devotees. For us to become devotee, the first thing is we have to have that faith on the Lord. We have to always serve the Lord. To come to that stage of understanding the Lord and being able to serve Him, before that we should be able to serve the devotees who help us to connect with the Lord. And we have to attend classes, and we have to understand this knowledge, this Srimad Bhagavatam, which speaks of the Lord and about the devotees. Usually, the Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. So it is sung by Lord. This please be on note, so that there's no background disturbance. So this Bhagavad Gita, you see, Bhagavad Gita is the song. It is sung by God, and this Srimad Bhagavatam is about God, about Krishna. So this in Bhagavad Gita we see that Lord Krishna gave instructions to Arjuna. So there's a PhD level knowledge kind of. So when he gave that knowledge, Arjuna immediately understood, and over in 700 slokas, the entire message was explained. So it's like theoretically explained. Now that how to follow that, how to implement that in our lives is given in Srimad Bhagavatam in the form of stories, in the form of pastimes. Basically not stories, it's real life examples given. How devotees implemented this, how devotees took up to the process of loving devotional service unto the Lord. So whatever Lord has given the instructions in Bhagavad Gita, how devotees have practically followed that and attained perfection, that is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So it becomes very important for us to understand this, learn this, because that is how we also will be able to follow the instructions Lord has given in Bhagavad Gita. So we see a lot of instructions given in Bhagavad Gita. The main one he says, so he says, become my devotee, offer obeisance unto me, worship me. In that way, always think of me, then she will surely come to me. If we have to become eligible to go back to the Lord, we should become devotees. We should serve the Lord. Now, in order to, if I have to serve someone, if I join a new company and I get my new boss, so I'm said that I have to serve my boss. So I don't know that who is that person. I just joined fresh. So I have to first get to know him. That person, okay, who is that person? What are his likes and dislikes? And professionally, what all he likes? Okay, how to get into his good book. That okay, this person is very nice. So how you should make that impression on him. So that I have to know him first. The knowing about the Lord and the devotees. So we get that knowledge in this Srimad Bhagavatam, where it's clearly explained. So it's a vast knowledge. It's not just given, okay, Krishna is Supreme Personality of God, that's it. No. It's explaining in detail everything. Why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, and stated by different devotees, various devotees, and they confirmed this fact. So we have to come to that stage of understanding the Lord and being able to serve Him. First, we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, learn, recite the verses. And if we are not good in reciting the verses, or in scriptural terms, we are not good in Sanskrit or whatever, we can at least hear the same message, the Sanskrit words, right, whatever which is written, and we can hear from devotees. So that is, we have to hear from a authorized source. We not just hear from anywhere and anything we cannot hear. We should hear from the source. So if we hear from anywhere else, we may hear some speculation. Somebody would have assumed things and interpreted things in their own way and explained. So it becomes very important that we hear from the right source, from devotees, from the devotees of the Lord, who are at least trying to be devotees of the Lord. That way we are on a safe track. Otherwise we are off track. So you have to be hearing this. So first, when we hear this, by regular attendance, we understand or not. It's not about okay, I don't understand the language. There may be someone who doesn't even understand the language, but still you should try to attend. So in, the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita is that Prabhupada has written nice translation and wonderfully explained everything in the purport. That in almost all pages we can see Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You can see that in almost all pages in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. You can see that Srila Prabhupada has nicely explained. He reminds us every now and then. And then in Bhagavad Gita, most of the slokas translation to be written that this material world is not our place. It's a dukhalamashya shrutam, and this is and we are the soul, we are not the body. Things. Srila Prabhupada nicely reminds us over and over again. He reminds us. It's very important that we understand this. We try to understand. If it was just one-time knowledge, then there wouldn't have been any need for all these scriptures. So it's repeatedly stating. Lord is repeatedly giving the instructions and how devotees took it, each devotee. So we may feel, okay, Arjuna was a great devotee, he was at that level, great devotee, he understood it. But he can have various examples of how practically devotees took it up, how devotees took this knowledge. It's given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And we have to regularly attend that. So in order that we understand, or if we don't understand also, at least we hear, we keep hearing. So we get at least some knowledge. With that, a firm faith can be developed on the Lord. Otherwise, we just do not hear anything, and we just can go, okay, I am a nice devotee. I need not hear. I need not hear. I can just worship the Lord, chant and be happy. Yes, chant and be happy is there, but to make that firm faith, which we hear Shravanam, when we keep hearing more and more about the Lord, hearing more and more about the devotees, the good things about the Lord and the devotees, when we keep hearing more and more, that taste for chanting. So when we have that taste, so initially when we chant, we'll get the taste, but slowly it will go down. But then slowly, if we have to get the taste back in chanting and serving the Lord, then we have to hear about the Lord. So if I join a new company, as I said, if I join a new company and if I have to serve my boss, okay, I have to work under him, so I have to serve him, so I have to know about him. So if I just don't know about him and I just continue to, I just try to serve him in whatever way I want, it may not be helpful. So I may do some things which is crazy, which doesn't please him, which displeases him. Then it's of no use. He may just fire me also. But if I know about that person, if I know about him, how is he, what all he likes, what all he are his dislikes, then I can please him. So in that way, we have to please the Lord, so I have to know about him. The knowledge that comes from this Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, it's see PhD level knowledge, and Srimad Bhagavatam, it is it's like in-depth knowledge. So if we just reading one sloka a day, we should be regularly attending. So regularly attendance, it's need not be that full understanding, or even if we don't understand the language also, at least you should that regularity should be there, and consistency should be there. Consistently we have to hear whatever we are hearing. We should be consistent in hearing. So if we do that, Lord will give us the understanding. He says in Bhagavad Gita, he will give us the right understanding. The Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, he says 10.8, 9, 10, 11. Those he says he will give us the understanding and he will give us the knowledge. We just have to try to serve him. We may not be great scholars, great panditas, but he will give us the understanding. So that understanding comes through Srimad Bhagavatam and by the pure devotees. You cannot just take guidance from anywhere. We just have to stick to the parampara, stick to the authority, that we have to hear from pure devotees and we have to serve. When this happens, then regularly we are attending, regularly we are hearing, that we are feeding, we are giving input, that okay, knowledge about the Lord, we are giving input, and then we are trying to serve the Lord. That is helpful. Otherwise, if we just try to serve, that is also helpful, but then we will not have that taste. So if you have to develop the taste in chanting and serving the Lord, you should have that, that okay, whatever I'm following is the correct. Sometimes you may get doubts. So we have to have the firm knowledge. Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas, they recommend reading the scriptures, especially Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So that gives us a firm conviction that whatever I'm doing is right. So it reminds us over and over again that this is not our place. We are not this body. We are the soul, and we have to serve the Lord. And it gives us more and more information, more and more details about the Lord. In that state, when we keep hearing, that has the potency to destroy all the unnecessary things within our heart. So that is troubling us. There are a lot of things. It has a potency. Bhagavatam. And when you keep hearing from your devotees and serve the devotees, just not theoretical knowledge is not sufficient. We have to apply practically also whatever we are hearing. So that way, when we do the theory and practical together, will help us. Otherwise, just theory. This theory, we may become great saints, great sages, gyanis. But the practically, when some situation comes, we will be bewildered. And some disturbing, challenging situation comes, we will be bewildered. We may even forget the Lord. So to have that firm conviction. Okay, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I have to serve Him, and to get His mercy, I have to serve the devotees so that I can please the Lord. So that devotees can take me to the Lord, connect me to the Lord. So that way, we have to serve senior devotees, pure devotees, and our gurus, our acharyas. We have to serve them. We have to hear from them. So that is established. So if you see, Lord has given this knowledge. Bhagavad Gita. 4th chapter, he says, Tadvidi pranipadena pariprashna sevaya upatakshantite jnanenastatu darshan. He says, to approach a spiritual master and render service unto him and submissively hear from him. It's not in a challenging spirit, but in a submissive spirit, not to test the knowledge. Okay, this so and so guru is there, let me defame him, let me go ask such questions which he may not be able to answer, and let me challenge his knowledge. No, we have to submissively inquire from him. We have to accept a spiritual master who can connect us to the Lord and submissively hear from him. It is a process. So we serve our spiritual masters, our gurus, sadhus, and Vaishnavas, acharyas we serve, and they can guide us how to serve the Lord. If we directly go to serve the boss, it may be difficult. So we have to get to know, okay, my peers are there who have been working. If I'm joining a new company, who have been working in that company more, I discuss with them, okay, what are the processes, what is all in place, how to go about things, and all the process, everything is streamlined. So I get to know from my peers. Then that way I can work efficiently and please my boss. And then that way I can get nice salary, I can get nice bonus, hike, or whatever. I can be happy, at least to some extent. Not we cannot find real happiness in this world, but at least we can find that okay, I pleased my boss. It's not real pleasing or happiness, but for time being we can consider that. So in that way we can please the Lord once we get the guidance from the devotees. In that Tadvidi Pranipadena it said, in the next sloka it said, if you approach spiritual master, he can guide us, and by getting knowledge from such a person, we will never be bewildered because he is giving the right knowledge. So with that knowledge we can connect more with the Lord. That way, this regular attendance in Bhagavatam class is very important. If whether we understand anything or we don't understand, but the input, okay, that as I often hear from Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, he says the appointment with the Lord. This appointment, we have to never break the appointment. So daily morning we hear Bhagavad Gita, and Saturday weekly once we hear Srimad Bhagavatam. That's appointment with Krishna. So we have appointment with doctor. We reach on time and we I give that value. Okay, this is a time I should not do anything else. It should not be a multitasking. It should be a single task. Okay, attentively hearing. In that way, we have to try. But some certain situation, if we are not able to, I don't know, it's should not leave. We should at least try to hear few. If we are our health is not supporting us, or we are tired, or we should at least hear something. So best thing is to hear from Srila Prabhupada, acharyas. So that gives us that connects us more with the Lord, the pure devotees. So pure devotees, their vani, their words can connect us with the Lord. So that way we have to hear more and more from Srila Prabhupada and the acharyas, his representatives. So in that way that can destroy all the unnecessary things that are troubling in our heart and make us fixed in the loving devotional service to the Lord. That gives us more understanding, that gives us more conviction that whatever I'm doing is right. Otherwise, we may sometimes have a doubt, a tinge of doubt also. It's not good. If you have a doubt, we are doomed. We should not have any doubt in this process. It's like traveling in a bus. We just board the bus. We ask, we say, okay, I want to go to so and so place from. I say, hey, Bal, to Marathalli, if I have to go, I'll board the bus. I'll not ask the bus driver, do you know to drive? Do you have driving license? Will not ask. Similarly, if you enter a flight and from Bangalore to Bombay, if I have to go, I'll not go and ask the pilot, are you qualified enough? I'll not ask that. I board the flight and it's understood, okay, this person knows. Similarly, once we board this is the path of Krishna consciousness. Once we come to this path of devotional service, then there is no stepping back. We have to progress. So if you are not able to progress, that means you have done some offenses, some things to the devotees. So you have to request. We have to pray and request forgiveness, seek the blessings of devotees. So you have to serve Tulsi Maharani and serve devotees and request their blessing, and that way we can proceed further. So we can come to the stage of understanding the Lord. So we all of us should pray that sometime we get the understanding and we get to connect to the Lord. So this Bhagavata, this Bhagavata is it can be two ways. One is the book Bhagavata, the Srimad Bhagavatam, book. So the book which gives us knowledge, and the other is person Bhagavata. The person Bhagavata, that is who is leading the life according to the principles of Bhagavata. So whatever is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that principles, whatever is following, whoever is following those principles perfectly, we can associate with him or her who is following the principles given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the one is book Bhagavata, the book as the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. We all these books, scriptures. We attentively hear from the scriptures. We recite the scriptures. That is one. The other is we hear and we associate, we serve the person Bhagavata, who is through his life showing us, who is practically doing the whatever is mentioned in the scriptures, whatever is given in the Bhagavatam, whatever is said, whatever is to be done, whatever is not to be done. He practically demonstrated to us how to do it, how not to do things, how to do things, that all the do's and don'ts, pros and cons, everything he explains through his life. So then he said that Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Shastra is there. To understand Shastra, we need a Guru, and we need Sadhus through whom we see how this, whatever Guru is saying in Shastra, in whatever Shastra it is written, how to follow that, how to bring that in life, how to apply that in life. The sadhus are teaching, the sadhus are showing us. So we should have that always, the golden triangle, the Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. So if we always follow this Guru, Sadhu, Shastra triangle, we'll never go wrong. Otherwise, if we do something on our own, we may go wrong, and we may neither be in the material pain nor be in the spiritual pain. We'll be confused where we are, what we are. So we should always follow the instructions of the senior devotees. We should always serve the devotees, the person Bhagavata, who is living according to the principles of Bhagavata. So the best example we have is of Srila Prabhupada himself, who demonstrated us practically how to lead a life, a simple life, and how to preach this message of God, and how to be serving the devotees. The first point itself is how to serve the devotees. He showed that through his example of serving his spiritual master. Whatever his spiritual master gave him instruction, he gave his entire life to fulfill that instructions, whatever his spiritual master had given. The spiritual master had given in the instruction that preach in the Western language, English, and print books. So he established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and the preaching movement, and he this thing, BBT, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, he established, and the printing of books is going on in many languages. It's not just one language, it's going on in many languages. So he is fulfilling his spiritual master's order, that is serving the pure devotee. So Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, so Prabhupada had given his life, this is life and soul, that whatever his spiritual master had given him instructions, we have to take example and we have to try to follow. We may not be able to do as much as Srila Prabhupada, but at least we can try to do some baby steps we can walk, small steps, small things we can follow. Now to follow Srila Prabhupada, we have his followers. We have so many great acharyas. We have so many gurus, the GBC gurus, and ISKCON movement. We have so many gurus who are following Srila Prabhupada and who are practically showing us how to love Srila Prabhupada, how to serve Srila Prabhupada. So we follow in their footsteps. We take instructions from them. We take guidance from them. And in such gurus, representatives are there. We have temple authorities, our presidents, our mentors, counselors, guides who can guide us. They are the representative of the Lord. They are from Krishna. Then we have gurus, and from gurus, sadhus. We have the devotees, the immediate next senior devotee whom we can take guidance from. So there's a hierarchy. So we serve our manager will have a boss, like that. We please our senior authorities. We serve them accordingly, so that we can please Srila Prabhupada and we can please Lord Krishna. So the book Bhagavatam and person Bhagavatam is important. We should not just keep hearing. We should serve the devotees also. The book Bhagavata as well as the person Bhagavata is very important. So what happens when we do this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya in first canto? Now we are seeing the second chapter, text number 18 to 34. In 18 it said, okay, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, we have to regularly attend. And in next it said that we'll be seeing in further slides, we'll be seeing that. There are three modes. What are the three modes? Can someone help me? What are the three modes of material nature?
Mode of goodness,
Yes,
passion, and ignorance, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you, Amrita Mataji. That is mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And which among them do you feel is best? Better?
Mode of goodness.
Yes, mode of goodness. Anybody, any other opinion? Mode of passion, mode of ignorance, anybody? No? Yes? Okay, then we are safe. Let's move forward. Okay, I consider it as no. So the mode of goodness is the better option among the three. It's not the ultimate, but the better option among the three. So now when we regularly hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, the further sloka, this is we are Nityam Bhagavata Seva we are seeing in 1.2.18. Now 1.2.19, 20 further slokas we see. What happens when we regularly hear, then we slowly come to the stage of goodness. So we are fixed in goodness. So then slowly we keep hearing more and more, and it so happens that we enter unalloyed goodness, that is pure goodness, that is Shuddha Sattva states, that is beyond this goodness, passion, ignorance. So in the material world, as long as you're in this material world, we'll be under these three modes: Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, Tamoguna, goodness, passion, ignorance. That all the three. So in morning times, we'll have the dominance of goodness, and in the later part of the day, we'll have the state of passion. So it'll be the morning time, early morning times, that goodness time, pious this time. So that time it's very peaceful and very calm, peaceful time, quiet time. So it's good. So then the later state it becomes very hurry-burry state. So we all be running for school, college, office, work, and so many things. Then evening time, the later evenings, it's more of a dominance of ignorance, that we feel sleepy, and that's a time. So like that, never is there a time when we are always in one mode. We are always under these three modes. It's like three people fighting for dominance. So who will be dominating whom? So in that way, all these three modes, so goodness, passion, ignorance, all three will be under the influence of all three throughout the day, and some part of or the other will be under the influence. So by regularly attending Srimad Bhagavatam classes, regularly hearing Nityam Bhagavata Seva, regularly hearing, what happens is more of goodness. You'll be situated in more of goodness. Out of goodness, passion, ignorance, three things will be fixed in more of goodness. And slowly we'll develop good qualities. So in goodness, we have good divine qualities are there. The qualities of Brahmana, that intelligence, then truthfulness, and many wonderful qualities we have. So the qualities will be developed. And slowly we continue to hear, and continue to hear. We become purer, and we enter the stage of pure goodness, that is Shuddha Sattva. So that becomes the stage of Vaishnava. Now, the Vaishnava, anybody who is a Vaishnava, who's worshipping Lord Vishnu, Krishna, develops all good qualities. So divine qualities are present. We may not have to separately aim for one good quality, develop one good quality. We become a devotee, automatically all the knowledge, all the qualities will come. Because the Lord has so many wonderful qualities. Once we are all part and parcel of the Lord. So we all have that qualitatively, we have that things, all the good qualities, we have everything. But quantitatively, we are different. Lord is complete and we are just tiny particles. So whatever qualities, whatever guna, everything he has, we have little bit of it. But we have to develop that. We have to develop that. So we need not endeavor for getting one each good quality. We truthfulness or cleanliness. We go behind one quality. Once we become devotee, once we try to become a devotee, automatically that we are Vaishnava. So we get all the good qualities. We develop all the good qualities. So slowly, what happens is we gain knowledge about the Lord. So in such a stage of unalloyed goodness, that is pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva state, when we are becoming Vaishnava, we gain knowledge. We gain knowledge about the Lord. Till that time, whatever knowledge we are hearing, it may not be entering our heart, or it may not be making sense to us. But the moment we become devotees and we serve the devotees more and more, we try to become devotees and serve the devotees more and more by the blessing, by the mercy of the devotees, then we get to understand the Lord. Otherwise, it is not just, okay, one time we read the Bhagavad Gita or one time we read Bhagavatam and we become great saints or sages. No, we have to read over and over again. That understanding will come. Even Srila Prabhupada, who gave this such wonderful commentary, such wonderful translation in purpose, he himself used to read his books. Because he never said, okay, I am writing this. He never took the credit. He said, it's all whatever I've heard. It's Krishna had made me write this. So he never said, I wrote this. So what's the use of me reading? So he himself read it. So what's the point of we thinking, okay, I will read today? So we have to read over and over. So initially, it may be very this thing. It may not. Some things may not make sense. But slowly, once we serve the devotees more and more, we keep hearing again and again. We are feeding input. So we are giving input. So we are giving input. We are giving more and more knowledge. Slowly, it will make sense to us, and we gain knowledge about the Lord. We'll get the understanding. And in that way, what happens? We can terminate the chain of fruitive activities. And that state can become a devotee. So becoming a devotee is, if you see in other ways, it's very difficult. But if we follow this process, that we regularly hear and regularly serve the devotees, and in that way, then we continue chanting of the holy names of the Lord. We continuously do this simultaneously. That's not just I will do this, I will do this. We do all simultaneously. Then we can progress. Otherwise, if we not hear anything, if we not take the input, we are just doing okay. Just keep doing. Initially, we keep chanting, we do service, but then we need to have the knowledge. When we have that knowledge, that taste for chanting increases and taste for service. So we understand, okay, why am I doing service? So that understanding should come. So that way, what happens? We gain more and more knowledge, and the fruitive actions, whatever is there, whatever things are, we have that the hankerings and desires, everything will be vanished. The fruitive desires, fruitive activities, the chain will disappear. That will be terminated. So this Nityam Bhagavata Seva can take us to the stage of becoming pure devotees. That's very important. Nityam Bhagavata Seva. So as we saw, three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So goodness, person in goodness will have all divine qualities, good qualities. A person passionate may have little kind of greedy or too much of speed. So I will do this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want that. So only just if I get a proper reward, I'll do, otherwise I'll not do anything. So ignorance is anyway laziness. So that's just opposite. Passion and ignorance. As soon as we enter this world, the material world, we are under this three modes. So we have to come out of that and enter the stage of Shuddha Sattva. That is possible only by reciting. I mean, only by regularly attending this Srimad Bhagavatam, continuously serving the Lord. easiest thing we can do is chanting, and in that way we keep chanting, we keep hearing, chanting, hearing, chanting, hearing. In that way we can come out of these three goodness, passion, and ignorance, these three modes. Otherwise we'll be puppets under these three modes. So you should try to come out of these three. Now further, in the further slokas, it said, now in this three modes which you see, the Lord has expanded, Lord Krishna has expanded, it says, taken in charge of these three modes himself. So as Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, he has taken the of goodness, and as Brahma, he has expanded and he has taken charge of passion, mode of passion, and as Lord Shiva, he has taken charge of ignorance. So the three modes. So it doesn't mean Lord Shiva is ignorant. No, it is he have taken the charge, position. So that position of the mode. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Vishnu. So creation, maintenance, and annihilation. So if you understand this in a way that if we serve the Supreme Lord, that is beneficial for us. We can get the liberation stage, or we can be freed. So it's like a jail. So there's a jail. So somebody has created that jail, and it's a beginning and end kind of. You just imagine Brahma is the creator and Lord Shiva is the destroyer. So that Vishnu is the maintainer. So Lord Vishnu is a maintainer. So he can only take us out. So if you want to come out of this jail, he can take us out. The creator is okay, I have created the jail. Destroyer is okay, I destroyed the jail. But if we have to be free from this jail, then only Vishnu, the maintainer, can take us out. So that way, if we serve the Lord, we serve Lord Krishna, Vishnu. In that way, we can be freed from this jail, that is the material existence. We can be freed from here. That is the three, if you see the incarnations of Lord, there are various incarnations of Lord. So there are 6 varieties. So the first is Purusha Avatar, then there's Leela Avatar, then there's Guna Avatar, Manvantara Avatar, Yuga Avatar, and Satyavesha Avatar. So out of that, this Guna Avatar, the 3 modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, taking charge of these 3 modes, that avatar is this Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Brahma, or Shiva, Lord Shiva. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. These they are the Guna avatars. So Lord's incarnation, that's Guna avatars. So we'll see the next sloka. It's a very important sloka. 1.2.282. Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para Makha, Vasudeva para Yoga, Vasudeva para Kriya, Vasudeva param Jnanam, Vasudeva param Tapaha, Vasudeva paro Dharma, Vasudeva paragatihi. Can someone please read the translation? Any volunteer?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, shall I read?
Yes, Mataji.
1 minute. In the revealed scriptures, the ultimate object of knowledge is Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. The purpose of performing sacrifice is to please Him. Yoga is for realizing Him. All fruitive activities are ultimately rewarded by Him only. He is supreme knowledge, and all severe austerities are performed to know Him. Religion, dharma, is rendering loving service unto Him. He is the supreme goal of life. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So if you understand this religion or dharma, so religion is anything which connects us with the Lord. If in any religion, if it's leading us to chant the holy names of the Lord, if it's leading us to love and serve the Lord, then we can accept the religion. Otherwise, in the name of religion, if you're just fighting, it's not good. We can reject the religion. Any religion which leads us to love God or serve the Lord, which gives us more information about the Lord, information about God, we can accept it. So in that, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the first few slokas in this, it's second or third, it's Dharma, Pavajita, Kaitava, the Dharma. What is the real Dharma? It's explained there. So the real Dharma, religion, is rendering loving service unto Him. That Him refers to Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's Krishna, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this revealed scriptures, the ultimate object of knowledge is Sri Krishna. So yoga, we perform various yogas. So all this yoga is to please Him. So then if he's okay, I want some benediction, I want something, okay, I'll not worship Lord Krishna, I'll worship any other demigod. So he says in Bhagavad Gita that okay, if you wish to worship any demigod, I give you more faith on that particular demigod, and I give you Ultimately, he is in the next slokas. He says he is giving that benediction through the demigod. It's like the highest. Krishna is the highest. Krishna is the highest, and then there are posts, the demigods. If you worship one particular demigod, we get one particular benefit. Worship one particular demigod, we may get a particular benefit. But from where they are giving from their higher authority. So Lord Krishna is giving everything, and is giving and is given everything, and divided and made so many posts, and he has placed one particular demigod in each post, each place, each department he has given. So we should not be considering foolish. Okay, this demigod is giving me so and so, so he or she is great. He or she is great because there's a greater, the greatest person is above him or her. That is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Through Krishna, everyone is getting everything. So it is said he is a supreme knowledge. He is supreme knowledge, and all severe austerities are performed to know him. All fruitive activities are ultimately rewarded by him only. We should not consider somebody is giving us something, so they are nice. It all comes through the Lord itself. From Krishna itself, everything comes. And we move forward in the further slokas, 30, 31, 32, 33. It said how Lord created this universe and how he enters into each of them. So it said further slokas. So first, the expansion of from his right side, from his expansion comes as Balaram. From Balaram, from the Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Niruddha, Vasudeva, the quadruple forms. From quadruple form, another quadruple form comes. Then from them, there comes Vishnu. So Vishnu, the causal ocean is lying. So the Karnodakshay Vishnu, then the Shirodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Then all the incarnations come. So in the further chapters, we'll see about incarnations. In the further slokas, we'll see about further chapters. We'll see about incarnations as well. So here, how this spiritual world. If you see the entire spiritual world, entire creation, the 3/4 is the spiritual world. 1/4 is just to see the bubble there, the small bubble, blue color thing. So that's a material world. The entire creation, 3/4 is the spiritual world, and 1/4 of it is the material world. So Lord enters it and maintains it. So he enters into each planet, then he enters into each living being as Paramatma. So within everyone he is present as Paramatma, the super soul. So he is present within everyone. So we have to understand this, that he is present everywhere. So it's sunlight. And we have sunlight, and we have some 10 or 20 or 100 or thousands of pot. So there is water in that pot. So in all the pots, we may be able to see the reflection. But the sun is one. So the sun is one, and the reflections are many. Similarly, the Lord Krishna is one, but his expansions are unlimited. There are unlimited expansions. We may feel, okay, Krishna is there, Krishna is here, okay, he's not within me, he's not within them, okay, he's there everywhere. He is present everywhere. He is present everywhere. He is present everywhere. So this, practically, how Prahlad Maharaj proved that. Prahlad Maharaj said to his father, he fought with his father. His father asked, where is the Lord? Is he there in the pillar? So he came out of the pillar as Nrsimhadev. That Lord is present everywhere. So, and we should not consider, okay, Krishna is there, so Krishna came to my heart, and so Krishna went to that heart, so his energy came down. No, Krishna is always Krishna. God doesn't become God. God is always God. Krishna is always Krishna. So in Ishopanishad, the first sloka, it says, Om Purnamada Purnamidam. So that's complete. Krishna is complete whole. Complete. It's a complete. Krishna is complete. And from that, there are complete units emanating. But still the complete remains complete. If you see that Purnamidam, there's a lot of complete, that Purna word. So that is expansions. We may see unlimited expansions. But he is the ultimate. Krishna is the ultimate. It's not that, okay, he took 1,000 incarnations, so his energy has gone down, or his he doesn't remain God any longer. So Krishna is God, always God. He is always there. So Krishna is always God. His expansions are there, but he's the same. Is not different. Is all the same. So we understand, okay, he is present as Paramatma within everyone's heart. And in text number 30 to 34, the end of this chapter, we see in detail how this creation happened, and he enters into each of that and maintains it. And then he, the living entities are there. He enters into each of their heart as Paramatma. We see the picture here, and we should not falsely consider that he is different, or he is. Excuse me. you should not falsely understand that okay, he is different or not. Krishna is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is always Supreme Personality of God. The last sloka it said, Srila Prabhupada has explained nicely that he takes different roles, assuming different roles of incarnation. He performs pastimes to reclaim those in the mode of pure goodness. So he mercifully comes down to this material world, and when he comes down, we should not consider him as an ordinary person. He has given that, he has explained that in Bhagavad Gita itself, that 4.789, the purpose of his coming. When he comes to protect the devotees, annihilate the miscreants, and in that way establish the principles of religion. And the principles of religion are going down, irreligiosity increases, he comes to establish the religion. And he doesn't come to show off his powers. He comes to protect the devotees. And in that way, when he's protecting the devotees, the people who are harming or troubling the devotees are annihilated. And that he comes. So he comes and performs various pastimes. If he didn't have to come, he's a Supreme Personality of Godhead. He doesn't want to come here. Okay, then we all would be happy here. But he comes and performs various pastimes. All of us, if 21 of us are here, so 21 of us will have different likings, different tastes. So he comes and he shows different pastimes to attract all of us back to him. So we are all his children. We came from him. So he takes so many forms. He does so many pastimes to attract us back to him. So in that way, we have to somehow or other, we have to connect with the form. We have to connect with the Lord. We may have different likes. Some may like the form of Rama. Some may like the form of Narasimha. Some may like the Krishna himself. And like that, we have different forms. But we should always be, Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. And we should be attracted to his forms, and we should be attracted to his names, chanting of the holy names. And that way we can go back to the sole purpose for which he is coming and doing all these pastimes, coming and performing all these pastimes is to attract us back to him. So to take us back to him. And way we should get attracted. We should contemplate more and more on pastimes. We should think of more. Now, Ram Navami was there, this Gaura Purnima was there, then Ram Navami is there, Narsimha Chaturdashi is coming, then in July, August we'll have Janmashtami. Like that, different incarnations, different pastimes, different festivals, all are there. So that we at least, okay, not this festival, I could not think of Lord more, I couldn't do service, at least next festival. Not just a festival, daily, regularly we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, and we have to get connected with the Lord, but he's taking different forms to attract us back. And in the further next chapter onwards, we'll see the different incarnations, list of incarnations, and why only Krishna, will see that part. So with that, we come to the end of second chapter. Prabhu Sumataji, thank you for joining. Does anybody have any question, anything to ask or share? Is everyone forcefully put on mute?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank
So
you,
whoever
Prabhuji.
doesn't have a Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam at home, Bhagavatam set, please get a Bhagavatam set for your home. Or if you want to gift it, you can gift it to your friends and relatives. So please try to get Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita in the group. Just try to have it one copy for yourself and one copy for your family or relatives as gift. So with that, we end the session here. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna. Paripanchal Prabhupada ki jai, Upasthit Bhakta Vrind ki jai, ISKCON Guru Vrind.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Soundari Mataji. Hare Krishna, Bhakta Valsala Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Kamalachari Prabhu. Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
devotee. Oh, there's a devotee. Okay.
Kamalaji Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Kamalachari Mataji. Sorry. Om Dasat Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Poonam Mataji. Hare Krishna, Rupa Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna. Anandrupa Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sunita Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, बहुत अच्छा लगा प्रभु जी कीर्तन, आप
Thank you,
सभी
Mataji.
अच्छे
Hare
से
Krishna.
समझाए प्रभु जी.
Bhagwan
थैंक
pranam.
यू प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्ण.
Devotees
Hare
for
Krishna.
joining.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी.
Anandrupa Prabhu for giving the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण.
Prabhu, with your permission, we'll end the class.
Yes, sure, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.